They have this all like this.
Yeah.
Walk the car back. It's gotta be so emotional for him, though, isn't it? I know. Oh my god. Ah. It's phenomenal. Woo! There he goes. He's trying to compose himself to walk. Wow, he's awesome.
In this 11th race, a couple of additional scratches, scratch 6 Mattress and 10 Bernard's Galaxy, scratch 6 and 10. Ladies and gentlemen, we direct your attention now to the winner's circle. Please welcome the President and CEO of the New York Racing Association, Mr. Chris Kay.
Why are they doing it?
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. To all of you here and to those watching across the country, thank you for participating in 39 days of tremendous racing here at Saratoga. We've got one more glorious day to go. And thanks also for you for being here today to witness another historic moment in the annals of Saratoga Racecourse, and a very bittersweet one indeed, as we celebrate the first of 2 Tom Durkin days in honor of the retirement of a beloved race caller. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a great honor to introduce to you Tom Durkin. Tom, you've been the voice of American thoroughbred racing for over 4 decades, including the Breeders' Cup from its inception in 1984 until 2005, the Triple Crown from 2001 through 2010, and for the past 24 years, the voice of the New York Racing Association. By our estimate, you've called more than 80,000 races in your illustrious career. And more than 40,000 of them have been for us at Aqueduct, Belmont Park, and Saratoga. When we honored you last week with the Saratoga Red Jacket, we heard just a few of your great calls. And since everyone has his or her own favorite Durkin race call, we assume that you, too, might have a personal favorite. Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. Let's watch the infield big boards and television monitors around the track for Tom's call of the 1995 Breeders' Cup Classic held at our Belmont Park, culminating a perfect 10-win, 5-year-old season by the great Cigar.
Jet Force followed by Tinner's Way. Concern is still last. 3 furlongs to go. Cigar! Cigar makes his move, and he sweeps to the lead with a dramatic rush. With 3 furlongs to go, and Jerry Bailey turns him loose, and he guides him down to the rails. The field turns for home. Unaccounted for down inside, a 1/4 mile between Cigar and a perfect season. Coming down to the last furlong with a 2.5 length lead, and Jerry Bailey calls on Cigar for everything he has. The Carrier's awakening second. On the inside, unaccounted for. On the outside, Sullivan Manor. And here he is. unstoppable, invincible,
Over the next few minutes, we will hear tributes to Tom from our New York cut jockeys, the Jockey Club, our New York trainers, and finally from the New York Racing Association. First, representing our outstanding colony of jockeys, both past and present, here today are Johnny Velazquez, Javier Castellano, and Richard Migliori. Johnny will be speaking.
Thank you very much, Tom. On behalf of all jockeys, pocket scales, Daleks, we'd like to give you a little gift that is going to remind you every time you have a little glass of wine in the kitchen, saying, "You're the man." Remember that. You're the man. We're going to miss you. We're going to miss your calls. We're going to miss even those days when you called and John Velasquez just dropped the whip in the 16 pole, but he never I made a mistake. So, congratulations, Tom. Very cool. We're going to miss you. On behalf of all of us.
Thank you, Johnny, Javier, and Richard. Nancy Kelly is the Vice President of Development of the Grayson Jockey Club Research Foundation and Executive Director of the Jockey Club Safety Net Foundation. She will present Tom with the Jockey Club Medal of Honor. Nancy?
Tom?
The cameras are over here. Here you go.
On behalf of Denny Phipps and all of us at the Jockey Club, it is my honor to present Tom Durkin with the Jockey Club Gold Medal in recognition for his many contributions to the thoroughbred industry. All of us wish him well in his retirement. Tom, congratulations.
Thank you, Nancy. Now representing our New York trainers, here are Hall of Famers Todd Pletcher and Bill Mott, and the president of the New York Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association, Rick Violet, who will be doing the speaking for the group.
In case you think Tom doesn't have friends in high places, this rain stopped right on time. Okay, stop. I've only given us about 30 or 40 seconds to do this, to tell you what Tom Durkin has meant to the New York Horsemen over the last 24 years. Incredibly, it's probably enough time. For Tom Durkin is simply the greatest race caller in the history of thoroughbred racing. Intentionally, I said is the greatest, because if you've been lucky enough to listen to Tom this past week, this past month, you realize that even today, the magic that Tom Durkin is was still with us on Spin-Away Day here at Saratoga. The void created by your absence, Tom, will only be exceeded by the gratitude we have for your amazing memories that you have left with us. We will miss you dearly. Happy trails.
Thank you, Rick, Bill, and Todd. Tom, there are only a very few fortunate people that can look back at the end of their career and say honestly that they used all the gifts that God gave them to the best of their ability. And clearly, you can say that. It's even more rare when you can use those gifts to the best of your ability, and as a result, it translates into being the best in your field. And here again, they can say that about you. But precious and few are those people that are the best in their field when their field is in the public domain. where you are seen and heard by millions of people all the time. And that certainly is the case with you. You have captured the hearts and minds of millions and millions of people around this globe. From your dramatic race calls, to your poetic choice of words, to your unabashed passion for this great sport of ours. I speak on behalf of every fan who has ever been thrilled to listen to you speak. We will sorely and dearly miss you. As an expression of our appreciation for those gifts that you have given to us, we have a few gifts for you. And helping me today are members of the board of directors of the New York Racing Association, Michael Dove, John Hendrickson, and Anthony Bonomo. Tom, first, we know how much you love Italian wine. So here is a superb Super Tuscan Sassicaia, vintage 2007, presented by Anthony Bonomo. And since we know how much you love going to Italy, Michael Dove has a check here to make sure your next trip to Italy is a very, very enjoyable one. I'd like all of you to know we gave him more than enough money for a return trip. And we certainly want you back here at Saratoga Racecourse next year. And to make it a little bit easier for you to get around, John Hendrickson is presenting you with the Saratoga Racecourse Key to the City. And finally, on opening day, next year, Tom, we want you here, and we want all of you here as we unveil the new Tom Durkin Replay Center. So for all of your fans who love listening to your calls, we'll have several dozen of them, as well as the replays to help our poor handicapping fans get it right and become winners, because you are our winner. Ladies and gentlemen, Tom Durkin. So ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce to you the best there ever was. I think I've heard this phrase once before. The incomparable, invincible, unbeatable Tom Durkin.
That Michael Dove gave me, I think we got enough to have all of us go over to Italy next year. I think I'm going to try this retirement thing again next year. I guess I'm here to say thank you and to say goodbye. But if I were to thank all of the people that pushed me and pulled me and helped me and hired me, we'd be here to opening day next year.
Okay.
But there is one person that is completely responsible. One person that is completely and entirely responsible for this wonderful life that I've had the privilege to live in horse racing. And I'm happy to say that that person who's responsible for it all is here at Saratoga today. And right now, he's in the backyard at a picnic bench underneath a pine tree, probably looking up at this very image right now. And she's at the top of the stretch, leaning over the rail in the clubhouse in a box seat at an OTB parlor in Syracuse, at a track in Ohio, in front of a computer terminal in California. And that person that I owe an inexpressible gratitude is you. the racing fan, the horse player. Thank you. Thank you for it all. Thank you for everything. And it's time to say goodbye, I guess. And time to say some final words into this microphone for one last time. And I have chosen these words very carefully, and they are these. Long live horse racing, and long live Saratoga!